So these are the top 5 decks in Clash Royale, and I'll tell you guys about them. So this one, a good giant graveyard deck, if you have graveyard. If you don't have graveyard, this deck can't work. If you don't have Ice Wizard, you can change that for anything you want that is air. So yeah. So how you play this deck: put a giant in the back, then you start off with a graveyard, Musketeer, Ice Wizard, Poison Push. And this deck really works really well. If you guys want more information, you guys can look it up on YouTube. This will be one of the decks. It's an amazing deck. A lot of people use it. I have poison and arrows because most of the time poison is on offense, arrows are on defense. And then if you do not have the Ice Wizard, you can switch it for probably Dark Goblin. If you don't have that, then I don't know what to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first deck, and hope you enjoy the next one. So this is deck number 2. Pretty much a Lava Hound, Inferno Dragon, Ice Wizard, Graveyard. Pretty much, this one doesn't have much defense. It's not a defensive deck, really. Mostly offensive. If you want to use defense, it'd be Ice Wizard, Skeleton Army, Inferno Dragon, Baby Dragon, and pretty much some defensive cards, but not many. So, if you don't have Ice Wizard, again, use minions most likely. Then if you don't have Inferno Dragon, switch it for a ground troop. Then you have to have Lava Hound in this deck, and you have to have Graveyard. But for the next deck that I'm gonna do, which is gonna be number 3, it'll be a no legendary deck, and now I will teach you guys how to play this deck. So pretty much to play this deck, Lava Hound in the bottom right corner, or in the back, preferably in the bottom right or bottom left. Then behind that, well, first you have to counter whatever they put out. Then you put probably Inferno Dragon on the left side of the Baby Dragon if you're pushing on the right. If you're pushing on the left, put it to the right side, and then put Baby Dragon on the left side if you're attacking on the right, and vice versa on the left side. So then in the push, pretty much you need pretty much all the cards. So hopefully you guys have all these cards. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the second deck. Watch. So this is the third deck, the no legendary deck, but there's a lot of epics. You guys have to have all of them. You have to have Pump, preferably high level. I'm the one who made this deck. Maybe somebody else did, but like I thought of it, like I didn't look it up or anything. So pretty much you get a Pump down, you defend, then you start a Golem in the back, then a Musketeer or a Witch. Then after that you do Musketeer or Witch, whatever one you didn't use. Then you use Balloon, and then get ready for a Poison, and then that should take out their tower, unless they have Inferno Tower. And then if there is, you put guards in front of the Golem, which usually works, or Balloon to the left side of the Golem. Amazing deck, because nothing can kill the Balloon, because they're all focusing on the Golem, and then the Witch and the Musketeer like taking everything out. Most of the time, guards and Valkyrie are for defense, but you can use Musketeer and Witch on defense also. And then also, pretty much if they start off with a Pump or a Golem or a Lava Hound, what you can do guards, Balloon, Valkyrie Balloon, Musketeer Balloon, Witch Balloon at the very front. That usually works. Hopefully you enjoyed deck number 3. It's probably one of the best. And see you at the next deck. Okay, so this deck has a lot of rares and 2 legendaries. You do not need legendaries. Ice Wizard you can switch out for Knight or Dark Goblin again. And then Graveyard you can switch out for Skeleton Army. It just will be a defense, not an offense. And then for the pushes, pretty much you get, if you don't have Graveyard, then I'll just tell you, pretend like there's Skeleton Army in the deck. I made up this deck also, so pretty much do Ice Wizard or Musketeer in the back. If you don't have Ice Wizard, then do Musketeer in the back. Then you do Valkyrie in front of the Musketeer once you're at full. Then you put out a Mini P.E.K.K.A, a Hog Rider, and a Battling Ram, and then get ready to zap. That would be in a double elixir push, or you can do the mini pushes like Hog Rider, Battling Ram, Mini P.E.K.K.A and Ice Wizard, or Valkyrie and, I don't know, Hog Rider, Valkyrie, and Battling Ram. So you get the idea. So for defensive cards, just Ice Wizard, Musketeer. All of them pretty much are defensive. Let's pretend Graveyard is a Skeleton Army. So all of them and the Skeleton Army are defensive. Then obviously the Zap is, and the Valkyrie is. So the only ones that are in defensive cards are Battling Ram and Hog Rider. And then also, if you can use Tombstone instead of Graveyard. Hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next one. Okay, so this is the final deck. It's gotta be one of the best. You probably need Graveyard in this. It makes an amazing deck. Ice Wizard, you don't have to. I guess Graveyard you don't, but Graveyard's the amazing part. So if you start off with Dark Prince and Graveyard at the beginning, you can do that. Pretty much instantly takes a tower with Zap. Or you can do Hog Rider, Graveyard, Mini P.E.K.K.A Graveyard with Zap and all of those. Or Ice Wizard and Hog, that's a good one. And then Inferno Tower for defense against Lava Hound, Golem, Giant. I've been seeing a lot of those in Arena 8 through 10. A lot of those kind of decks. And then Skeleton Army defensive. So all of them are defensive except Hog Rider and Graveyard, but you can use them, the other cards, on offensive except Inferno Tower. And then I do not recommend using Skeleton Army as offense unless they just use Zapped, but just be smart with that. And so this one, you can use some other one like Knight or Dark Goblin or one of those cards instead of Ice Wizard. So pretty much the only legendary you need is Graveyard in this deck. I'm sorry, I've been doing a ton of Graveyards in this one. It's like a Graveyard top 5 kind of, but I love this deck. It's one of my favorites. But I've gotta say, I have like 5 legendaries, Graveyard, Ice Wizard, and all that stuff. The only one that I've gotten out of a chest, like that I didn't buy, was actually Graveyard, which it's pretty much my favorite legendary. I really love it. But about the deck, so it has like 2 epics, not that bad, 3 rares, decent, and then 1 common, which is Zap, that's good. And then 2 legendaries, you can make that one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Those are the top 5 decks with the Master.